Welcome and good evening. Here we are from the newsroom. We will begin our news tonight with the main titles. The distributions of the third and fourth sponsorship of the orphans. On continental news, the United States, the Congress passes a massive plan to help Americans. Welcome if you join us. The President of the Republic, Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Gelle, send today a message of condescension to his co-Ivorian counterpart, Mr. Alassane Ouattara. In his message, President Gelle expressed his compassion and solidarity with the friendly people of the Ivory Coast in the tragic ordeal of the disappearance and the death of one of his most illustrious sons, Ahmed Bakayoko, will remain in the memory of his counterpart for a long time, or of his political professionalism and his ability to bring together consensus according to the state of the Republic. Under the leadership of the Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf, Mr. Mumin Hassan Barri, the Diwan al-Zakat organized yesterday at the People Palace a ceremony dedicated to the distributions of the third and fourth installment of the sponsorship of the orphans for the year 2020 and 2021. This ceremony saw the participation of the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity, Mrs. Muna Usman Adhan, and the Minister of Women and the Family, Mrs. Mumina Hamad Hassan, as well as the chairperson of the board of the director of the Diwan, Sheikh Abdul Basid Ahmed Al Zuraiqi, the Director General of Diwan Zakat, Mr. Suleiman Hussein Musa, and representative of the event distribute the donations to the different orphans. The Director General of Diwan Zakat Foundations, Mr. Suleiman, welcomed the participants of the distribution ceremony of the third and fourth installments of the sponsorship of the orphans for the year 2020-21 by expressing his thanks and gratitude to the President of the Republic, Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Gelle, founder of the Orphan Sponsorship Program. In his part, the Minister of Muslim Affairs, Culture and Waqf, Mr. Mumin Hassan Barre, expressed his thanks to the individual and institutional sponsors, congratulating the beneficiaries and the third and fourth installments of orphan sponsorship. He noted that the orphans program is one of the distinguished national programs that reflect a social solidarity. Like the rest of the country, operation of distributions of the electoral cards continue in the region of Arta. This morning, the President of the city, Mr. Farah Abdullahi Waliya, traveled with his team to Arta and Wea. On arrival, the delegations led by the President of the city went first to the Regional Council of Arta. In the capital, the conference room of the minister in charge of decentralization hosted a ceremony yesterday for the signing of an employment contract between the resource person recruited through a competitive examination for the benefit of the five regional council of expertise France execution agency of the support program for decentralizations and local initiative funded by the European Union. The event was placed under the auspices of the minister responsible for decentralizations, Mr. Hamadou Mohamed Aramis. He saw the presence alongside the later, in addition, the staff of his cabinet and those concerned, the president of the regional council and the general secretary, as well as the team of the expertise from France. In a brief introduction to the ceremony, the minister responsible for decentralization, Mr. Hamadou Mohamed Aramis, first welcomed the new recruits to the family of the decentralizations, and he stressed the importance of this meeting. In Turkey, where the delegation of Minister of the Economy is in the country and continue his various meetings, he made them general manager of the Guarantee Fund, conducted several meetings with the Turkish Guarantee Fund. Ended, they are the first negotiations for future collaborations with this important institution, which has almost 30 years of experience. The team of the economy ministry discussed with the Turkish expert the ways and means to strengthen the relations in the field of economy. The National Council of Djiboutian Civil Society, chaired by Mr. Mohamed Abdi Gedi, organized yesterday at Stade Goulet in collaboration with the municipality of Boulaous an awareness meeting between the management of the presidential campaign of April 9, 2021 and local elected officials, neighborhood council and leaders of associative networks in the large town of Boulaous took part in this important meeting. The national director of the campaign, Mr. Ahmed Ali Barre, and his deputy director, Mr. Dr. Jama Mahmoud Hassan, the president of the Awareness Commission, Mr. Isa Khair Roble, the mayor of Djibouti, Mrs. Faduma Awale, as well as the president of the commune of Boulaous, Mr. Mohammed Ali, and the president of the civil society, Mr. Mohammed Abdi Gedi, took part at that event. And now let's move on continental news. In United States, it's a historic victory for the President Joe Biden, who welcomes the adoption of his colossal economy stimulus plan, a major political success. 50 days after his arrival at the White House, the amount of this plan is vertage of $1,900 billion, the equivalent of the GDP of a country like Italy. Joe Biden has to come to the American to defend his this Thursday night. The Thursday night for the Republic is wasteful Republic Senator Mitch McConnell. Here we arrive at the end of this news edition. Thank you for watching us. Have a good night and thank you.